Om Ashato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasho Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityor Ma Amritangamaya Abir Abir Maidhi Rudro Yatte Dakshinang Mukham Te Namang Pahi Nityam Te Namang Pahi Nityam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace. So we are back to reading of the Shanti Gita, revision. But revision is also a new class then. It is becoming like that. I mean, intentionally nagging so that we have to take another book. So the same thing. So what we are talking about here, we had that Arjuna, it questioned that how the Brahmagyanis, the knowers of truth, live in the world and move in the world. And then, but this Bhagavan Krishna says, there what may be these symbols or these signs, who is beyond all signs, all moods, all. So they move around in the world in different ways, with different moods, and their body is carried on after knowledge of the Brahman, carried on like a torn cloth. When blast of wind comes, it takes away. So it has no freedom. It moves in that same direction. Or a snake, when it leaves its what is called the skin, and sometimes it is dry, so wind comes and blows. It has no freedom. So the body goes in its own momentum, but they are not in the body. The soul is separated. The example of the snake is given here, because snake remains snake. Snake remains unaffected by the skin of the snake, which looks like snake. That moves on. The external body moves on in its own momentum, but the internal body is separated, it has left the skin. So Brahmagyani lives like that in the world by the prarabdha, by their past impact of the past thoughts and actions. And they wear different dress and being free from everything, but they take different types of dress, and now they are sometimes they are in the base of a beggar, sometimes they are in the naked, sometimes you see that they are engaged in engrossed in enjoyment and fun, but it is sometimes they are begging door to door for food, sometimes they live in their royal dignity, sometimes they see is apparently says total renunciate, where sometimes they are wearing ashes around the body, sometimes with fragrance and things, and sometimes yes, like a ghoul, so dirty and this and that. Sometimes they become silent, sometimes they become big orator. So therefore there is no norm and practice or way of how they live. You cannot say by their external behavior. Ityadivi, that's the last verse we did, 20th. Ityadivi, in this, Vividohir bhavai charanti gyanino bhuvi. The gyanis, the knowers of truth, in this world, they move around, charanti, vividohi bhavai, taking different attitudes. Abhyakta, vyaktalingascha brahmanti brahmavarjita. Being imperceptible, freed from all delusion, they roam around by taking different identities upon themselves. So, though they are free from everything, but they apparently move with attachment. Some looks like attachment, but there is no attachment for them. Because like the example, the snake is not there, but the skin of the snake floats in the air. And the example is given, the blast of wind comes and takes the snake skin as if it is moving, but snake is not there. So the soul, the body, external body moves in the world, but internal soul is totally disassociated, connected with the divine within. So that is the nature. We have read up to verse number 20. Now today we are going to read the verse number 21. Nana bhavena veshena charanti gata sangshayaha nagyayati tutan drishtva kinchit chinnancha vajyata. Vajyata means external. External chinna, the sign. You can say, who is a father in the Christian church? You see, wearing this dress and this type of collar will be there, a particular dress. You can recognize, he is a church and he is a father of the church. So different dress signifies different type of people. You can recognize them by their dress, by their behavior. You can categorize. But these people, tan drishtva, if you look at them, kinchit chinnancha, some signs, outside sign, not gyayate, you cannot recognize them. To drishtva, by seeing from outside. Because nana bhavena, in diverse ways, nana beshena, wearing different dresses and different types of attires, charanti, they roam around in the world. But uniqueness of them is that gata sangshayo, their all doubts have been cut asunder. They are free from all doubts, beyond all doubt, they roam around. Though they roam around and seem that they are eating, they are sleeping, they are interacting, sometimes angry, sometimes sweet, sometimes blessing, sometimes this. All these apparent behaviors are there, but they are freed from all doubts and confusions, and they move around in the world with diverse steps of wearing diverse dresses. And that's why no gyayate, it is not recognizable. You cannot just judge from outside, he is eating lordly dish, how he is a monk. We can say for general sadhus, but a Brahmagyani you cannot say like that. You may make a mistake there. Some behave like a mad guy. They are so dirty. That one he is sitting over a dog and feeding the dog and eating himself. It is not very nice to see that a sadhu will be doing like that. They should be pure and this and that. But but it is by they can be recognized differently, and that difference is some insight is necessary. You have to poke the honeycomb. Though if you go to the holy people, there is a story in the Chandogya Upanishad that a knower of Brahman is lying down under a bullock cart. Bullock cart is some cart, and he is lying over there, and his body is all have what you call itching all over the body. What you call that? That disease?
Psoriasis?
Like that, anyhow, something you have to always scratching, and it's bowel, it's blown up things here, and this is oozing something like that. And he is a Brahmagyani. And the king was a very good lover of God. He was one day in his palace, and he was talking about two birds are going on, and they are saying that who is the greater person in this world, like that. And then they say that there is one who is lying under the khatta. I forgot the entire story. Anyhow, so there is a knower of truth. He is lying, and his address is that he is lying under a particularly the bullock cart, not in use. And then he got this message. The king was a lover of knowledge, so he sent his minister to search where is that Brahmajnani is there. And then ultimately they found out that there is somebody lying under the... And then he said, "Sir, you please come to our palace, and our king wants to see you." And he became very angry, mad. "Get out from here, you come over here. What business they have to call your king to come over here?" Anyhow, then king came, and king prostrated. Then he said, "No, what is that? Then why shall I go?" And then the king offered, "Okay, I will give you half my kingdom and give my daughter to marriage," like that. The story goes on like that. And then, what type of sadhu? Then he is happy. Oh, okay. But this is said, whether they are actually married or what, that Brahmagyani's behavior looks like a greedy person, like a lustful person, asking for money, wealth, or otherwise he is not recognizing anyone. But apparently he is the Brahmagyani par excellence. So there are this type of stories are there where Brahmagyanis can, from outside you cannot design, understand their glory. Now, it is said that the yogis, being totally free from doubts and hesitation, wanders around with different moods and in diverse external appearances. They cannot be known even a little by observing their external characteristics from outside. Now, why? How do you recognize one person? By the external feature, external appearance, no? Who have a body identity, no? But these Brahmagyanis had no body identity. So what their body is doing, it is body doing, not the person. The inner person is already attained the knowledge, he has separated. Though the body is functioning, that inner personality is totally free from all this. So 22nd verse says, Dehatma buddhito loko vajya lakshanam ikshate antarabhavo navai veddo bahir lakshanata kachit. So, dehatma bodhato, due to the body identity, lokaha, ordinary people like us, that external signs can indicate. He is a good man, he is a knowledgeable person, he is a poor man, he is a educated man, he is a dirty person, he is a very... the external behavior can be for those people who have body identity. I am the person and I identify with this body. Antarbhava, but the inner attitude, you cannot see seeing from outside, you cannot see what I am thinking. I can look at you, whether what you are thinking, I cannot say that. Understand that. Brahmagyanis can understand. Psychiatrists, they can, because they are dealing with the mind all the time, they can assume something, but that may not be correct. But externally, only looking at someone, you cannot know what is going on in the internal personality of that person. So, antarbhava, internal attitude, navai vedya, it cannot be understood. Bahir lakshanataha, from the outward signs. Seeing, and any time you see the outward sign does not allow you to see what is inside. Ramakrishna's behavior from outside, it is like a really not a very sensible person. It's really little, it appears little crazy. That's why people actually give the name Pagol Thakur. He's a crazy Dakshineshwar guy, crazy guy of Dakshineshwar. Huh? But was he crazy? So sometimes he seemed drunk. Ramakrishna in his high spiritual mood, he's walking, he's one step falling there, one step falling there. It appears from outside he's almost a lost personality into some intoxication. But Girish Babu was really, Girish Ghosh first he came and he saw Ramakrishna, he was overwhelmed with that. But he's so much intoxicated, what brand of wine he's having. But Ramakrishna is intoxicated in something else. But outside, normal people will say he is intoxicated in drinking. But internally, he said himself, I am not drinking ordinary wine. I drink the nectar of mother's name, and that makes me intoxicated. You drink wine and then you get intoxicated, your body gets intoxicated. But I drink the nectar of mother's name, that makes me intoxicated. So external intoxication, the behavior of wabbling and this and that, does not signify or cannot understand what is going on in the internal life of it. So Brahmagyanis, they really do have Gata Sangsaya, who have gone out of all doubts and confusions of this duality, reality, etc. He knows it is only God. For them, the external behavior is not a mark. You cannot find out the internal person who is there. Ordinarily, people, due to body identity, as we are in the body identity, we see the outside of a person. So, see only the external signs, how his behavior, how sophisticated is he, how gentle is that person, how arrogant is that person. We decide all these things. Certainly the internal spirit is never to be understood from the external signs. So don't make that mistake, that is the teaching here. But no one can understand a Brahmajnani. Is it that it is only... Yes, it is Swaswangvedda who is experiencing that he understands, true. But in the world, others cannot understand. Who? Only the knower of truth can understand that. And they can understand their different inner purity and other things. So, yujanati sajanati nanne badurata janaha sastro aranne brahmanti ete nate sang niskriti kachit. 23rd verse. It says, yujanati, that person who knows, sajanati, the person who is the knower, one who knows, he only knows. Only the others, those who are badurata. Badurata means engaged in always logical fight. Pandits, my view, your view, this, that. That means he's saying, you do sadhana. Those who do spiritual practice and they have developed, they can feel the presence of the holiness of them. You need to have some state of perfection in the heart. The ordinary people, with the eyeglass of their own mind, they view the world. So here it is that only yujanati, the one who has experienced, he only knows, but not others who are simply engaged in intellectual debates. No? Pandits may discuss on Brahman, Atman, day and night and the whole life. They do not know. Externally, you say, Mama, what type of level of discussion? Oh my God, it's very... over the intellectual, it's called intellectual jugglery. That attracts people, that has its value, of course, but that is not, will give the idea who is the person, whether he is a knower of truth or not. Because Thakur said, as you know, how long people talk, so long they have not realized inside. Who talks about their great learning when they start reading a little bit? We remember that in our college days, when they just young boys are entering into the college, and their another friend, they're sitting and they're talking about the physics and chemistry and this and that whole, they're going by bus. I was there one day, and everyone is looking at as if they're saying something no one knows, no? And how much they have studied, how much they are, as much emptiness, that much sound. And when you become saturated with knowledge, like Einstein and others, you go to their standard, then almost voice stops. We say, I understand everything of physics. And as you go to the top people who are in the field, they say, I don't know anything. One is going to study of what you call the physical science or medical science, no? They have one idea, as if they know everything. And now go to specialization. The heart specialist you go, the brain specialist you go, neurosurgeons you go. Ask them, they understand everything of all the body actions? They say, no. Really, and those who are advanced, they will say, no, I don't understand it. But as much less known, they sound. Empty vessel sounds more. Empty vessel, you can take an empty vessel and check it. Go to the lake and put your empty vessel, and this is first sound will buck, 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 buck. It's empty, it's a little water is going and the big noise. But when it's almost full, simply it is flowing in. That means the mature people talk less, because their understanding is so profound, and these words are very superficial to them. So here also, those who talk like a Pandit and always challenge others' philosophies and this debate. For my purification of my mind, I can analyze that, that's a different thing. Purpose is the point. When they do that same analysis, debate or logical analysis, to know something or to show my quality of knowledge. So this is the point. It says that you janati, only the one who has experienced, sa janati. It is a subjective experience. Swa sangvedda. Swa means by you, understand by you only. You know in the heart of heart, you know in the core of your being, you know that what is that inner feeling. No others are, not others who are simply engaged in intellectual debate. And what they do? Shastra aranya brahmanti etet. They roam around in the forest of the scriptures. Then reading, that's why very difficult. Reading too many scriptures, it gets confused. When we read too many philosophies, and then one philosophy says one thing, another, that it takes away it brings more doubt, more confusion and more complication. That's why it is said, don't read Bahu Shastra. Many scriptures should not be studied. You have to study one book or two books under a competent teacher who can give the right insight. And that is more important than reading all the world religions, Buddhism, this, that, nibbling from every... For general knowledge it is okay. But if you want to make a sense out of all this, you have to go to one type of teacher and get profound knowledge in that, and then deepen that. And then when you perfect in one, then you can understand what the others are talking about. That's why in our tradition, our sadhus can understand other religion much easily, because they have the background of the Vedanta. And then they deepen. But those who are always nibbling, today Buddhism, that is, next day is Christianity, next day is Judaism, next day is something, and not deepening anywhere, they don't understand much. So they wander with confusion in the vast forest of scriptural knowledge. And what is the result? Natesang niskriti kochit. They cannot come out of that intellectual satisfaction. There is a joy, no, in intellectual satisfaction. It is a bondage. Physical bondage with the sensate world. Much better is mind. You live in the mental world. But mental world has its bondage. You get emotionally connected and your emotional attachments come. Now intellectual level, much higher than the emotional level, but intellectual level you get stuck into debate and questioning and confusion, more confusion. What questions means what? You have so many confusions. Why do I put question? Because I have some confusion about something to know. So the more confusion is created by reading Nana Shastra. Shastra Aranya. Shastra means scriptures are like a forest, and there you get lost your track of journey. So better, it is said, go to a teacher, Brahmajnani teacher. You can stay for some days even in his presence. Your life will be, you can catch the right point. They can point out the Lord God who is our goal to reach. And they can, because they live in that consciousness, their very life, their movement, their talk will help us to direct our mind into that direction. Duspraputattam bahushadhanena labhyang parang janma satena chaiva bhaggam yadisyat shubha sanchayena punnena cha acharya kripavasena. Duspraputattam, hard to attain this truth. It is very difficult because truth is hidden in the costume of name and form, in the costume of three gunas, rajas, tamas, sattva. So, very difficult, duspraputattam, hard to attain the truth. Bahu sadhanena, it can be understood only by bahu, great, bahu means great, sadhana means spiritual practice. Great spiritual practice is needed to understand a little bit of it. Sadhanena. Labhyam means it can be achieved. This truth is very difficult to attain, but it can be achieved by sincere spiritual practice. Janma satena, maybe it may take hundreds of lives of births. 100 spiritual practice, not in one day. As we get restless, I am doing japa, I am doing meditation, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. There is no years, limit of years. It is to be until you realize God, until you feel that journey should not be stopped until you reach the goal. So here is the point, duspraputattam, it is really very difficult to reach this absolute truth we are talking about. Kintu bahu sadhanena, it needs bahu, great amount of sadhana, spiritual practice, japa, fasting, meditation, selfless work, whatever we do, offering to God, prayer to God, no? All these practice and analyzing the permanent and the impermanent, the eternal and the non-eternal. So these are sadhana, bahu sadhana. It is, Krishna says, not sadhana, not spiritual practice, but bahu sadhana, long practice, prolonged practice. And labhyam you can attain. Don't think that this life will be enough. It may be not. But parang janma satena chaiva. It may be achieved, it may take you 100 lifetimes. So what is there in it? But sadhana is important, otherwise doubts will not go away. By how much you talk, doubts will not go away, unless you see. And Ramakrishna said, I have seen. So one have to see God, and then doubts will go. But so long we are body bound, we need to do sadhana. And bhagyam jodi sat. If you have a good luck, bhagya means kapal. What is your good karma if you have in your luck, you have good luck. Jodi sat, if there be, shubha sanchayena. How you have collected this bhagya, good luck, by auspicious actions. You have accumulated in your merits. Merits accumulated in you. Love, compassion, charity. You have done enough. The mind, as we are talking this last Sunday, the selfishness to unselfishness. If that moves that direction, it is not in one day. These are the preliminaries. And in that God cannot come into your petty, this small place, no? God is all pervaded. To hold Him, you need a big heart. And that heart is to be created by pure thinking, service to others as God, expanding your identity. All these things have to be practiced. So it can be achieved only by extensive spiritual practice in hundreds of lifetimes. No, that means it is giving us the guide that don't be restless. Why I have not reached it? Rather focus on your journey. You normally become very restless. I want to see God, I don't see God. Why are you talking like that? You are driving. Pay full attention to the driving. Forget about the goal. It will, if you drive with a good GPS, you will reach the goal, undoubtedly. That's why GPS is necessary. GPS, God positioning system. Where is God? That position, that system leads us. But you have to have a good GPS, and if you have the good GPS, undoubtedly, then don't look at anything, just follow what GPS tells you. Right turn, left turn, this way, 30 miles go this way, don't move to the left lane, don't do the right lane, don't get to the exit. Just follow that. Pay attention, full attention to driving, instead of sitting, when shall I reach? Oh, I have started in the morning, it is getting late, and the jam, the traffic. Life will be jam. Life will be traffic. Sometimes life will be easy, sometimes it will be jam life. But not for all these things. One will have to patiently pay attention to sadhana. That is sadhana. We are very selfish. We always want the results to come. That's why whole Gita says, don't seek any result. Do your thing. Why it is said? Because you are exhausting your energy. Suppose you are driving, a gross example. Suppose you are driving and you tried your best, no? But it is so much traffic that it does not move. You can be angry. Oh, this car is going away. Let me run and then cross that and go this way and go that. You don't gain anything. I have seen that with people, when it is jam, you are moving your car to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left. You have gone only 5-6 car distance. And when the speed 60 miles, 75 miles go, this distance takes only maybe half second or 1 second or 2 seconds to cover. People make them restless, angry, disturbed. Why not sit on the wheel and sing a song? Enjoy yourself. God has given me the chance. I don't get, I'm very busy. No? So Let us go to God with like that. When it's jam, okay, sing and dance, and then when jam will be cleared, then my car will also move. I am in the line. In front of other cars are there. So it will be free. Very simple. In our spiritual journey, we lose our sense of restraint. And we see that I am doing this, nothing happening, this is happening. Nothing. Just go on doing. Charai veti. Go on, move on. And Swamiji was always after this. Stop not till the goal is reached. Some people say, oh, it's so much jam. Let me go, take this exit and spend some time, have some tea. By that time, you will be delayed. Don't get to any exit. Just move on in the freeway. And the destination is sound to reach there. That means life's goal should be fixed. We have our goal fixed. And then practice. And then practice what to practice, how to practice those lessons, and then move on. This is Vedanta will have one practice, Bhakti will have another type of practice. But whatever, just to be hanging on to that and not be restless for why have I not reached that. Rather it will be sincere inner call, oh, I have not reached. Rabindranath Tagore says, Tumai আমি পাইনি যেন এই কথা রয়ে মনে আমার জীবনে মরণে নাকি আছে Lord, let me always remind myself that I have not reached you yet. So that's a real urge inside. But that does not mean we should have to be crazy for expressing our, oh, I have not reached yet, I am doing so much meditation. Sometimes people get frustrated and say, I am calling upon God, so what is the use? They take away the photograph of the image, remove that image, as if God is absent. God is not listening to me. God is not listening to me, or God is not there. God is dead now. Some people say God is dead. So anyhow, so this is very important point, that it is emphasizing on the spiritual practice. Spiritual practice. And bhagyam jodi sat, if you have the good luck, bhagyam jodi sat, shuha sanchayana, you have accumulated your shuha, auspiciousness, good karma you have done. You have that, punyena, and because of that good actions you have accumulated some merit. And that merit, along with acharya kripa avasena, by the grace kripa. Whose kripa? Acharya. Acharya means Guru, God. God's grace and your effort. See, it is a mixture of two things. It's always, we talk about that. My effort and God's grace. We always say, oh, God's grace, when it will come, that will happen. And I have not to do anything, no? God's grace will come to whom? Who is seeking for it. That seeking should be our sadhana. And then God's grace will come. So it is all interconnected together. But people pay attention only, sometimes say, I am doing so much, as if God is not doing anything. Or I will wait when God will be gracious upon me. Then I will attend, and I will not do anything now. You see that you go, that's why example is given. He is a fool who goes and stands on the beach and waits for all the waves to come down, and then he will take a dip. No. When you have to take a dip, with the condition you have to jump into it and do the best. So we should not be, complacency is not supported there. You should not be complacent any time, but at the same time, unnecessary restlessness we should not have. So God's grace, Acharya, Guru's grace, and your own effort. And effort will come because of your good karma. Good karma, that's why even we have no good karma, let's start doing good karma. Best karma, what is the best karma, good karma? What is the categorically, what is the good karma in its extreme? Thinking of God is the best karma. Because you are thinking and you are connecting with the divine. Charity and other things also expand our heart. But most efficacious is that when we think of God, our body, mind, emotion, everything gets purified. So it says then, the supreme truth is hard to attain. It can be achieved only by extensive spiritual practices in hundreds of lifetimes. That too is possible only hundreds of lifetimes. We will not feel any urge to do spiritual practice. Your urge to do spiritual practice comes because of your good luck. And that good luck that verily comes from your accumulated virtues and meritorious deeds in previous lives and presently by the grace of your spiritual teacher. So this much is being said. Now he is coming down to our level. Bhagavan Krishna is looking at our condition, how much we say, but we are not competent to do so much spiritual practice or anything. So he says, how you can reach me? You can reach Yadi, for 25. Yadi sarvang parityajya mai bhakti parayana sadhayet eko chittena sadhanani punah punah vidhayo karmaniskamang matpriti labhamanasaha mai kritva arpanang sarvam chitta shuddhir avapyate. Your chitta shuddhi. Spiritual life means chitta means mind, shuddha means pure. You have to make your mind pure. And you can attain chitta shuddhi avapate. You can attain to that purity of the mind. And mind, no, chitta is a deep sound, deep word. Chitta means 4 faculties of our personality. Mind will be pure, buddhi, understanding will be clear, intellect will be clear, monobuddhi, chitta, remembering faculty, that will be, you will remember good, noble things, godly thoughts. Otherwise, impure mind will bring impure thoughts. You don't have to try, they will come. And when the mind becomes pure, what will it will bring only godly thoughts, godly dreams. So it percolates through the whole personality. Chitta means mano, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. Remember the verse Shankara. Mano, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, ninam. Here, but you have to go first purify. I am not those. If you say, it will not work. You have to purify them. So, if you purify your mind, you are taking God's name. God's name is so pure, it purifies your mind, your understanding, your memory, and your ego. That ego, which is stubborn ego, will come down to be a pure ego. Mind, which runs about the sense objects, it will turn towards God. Understanding, which always confuses us, purification of the chitta, it will take us towards God. So all these 4 faculties of human personality, mano, mind, buddhi, intellect, and memory, chitta, and ego, all will be purified. So chitta shuddhir avappate. How will you reach that purity of the heart? Now, we are in this impure condition of our mind, intellect, ego. How will you do that? Yadi sarvang parityajya. If you can have the courage and power to renounce everything, Renounce everything does not mean just sell your house, sell your car, just be in the street. No. Mentally detach. Jodi sarvam parityajya, giving up everything. How? You cannot give up unless your mind is attached to me. Moi bhakti parayana. In me, you love. You love me. As a result, you sarvam parityajya. Everything becomes secondary. See, it is very simple. Now we are here. Other things we have renounced now, isn't it? That should be this. Why? Because we are engrossed in the class. So if it is engrossed in me, God says, you engross in me, in God, then what will happen? Corollary effect will be, you detach from everything. Or you detach from everything, train your mind so that it does not forget God. So, moi sarvang, jodi sarvang parityajya, the sadhana, spiritual practice. These are the spiritual practice, what is to be done. Moi sarvam parityajya, in me, giving everything in me and renouncing everything. And only second point, moi bhakti parayana, that means you will be engrossed in the devotion to me and me alone. Sadhayet ekochittani. Then you do your spiritual practice with one pointed mind. That means what they are talking, sarvang parityajya means you analyze. Everything is rejectable because nothing is permanent. I want that permanent, eternal, Satchidananda. So analyze everything. Sarvam parityajya, by analysis. Not giving up outside. Outside some people will give up, but internally they want to enjoy more. That's called hypocrisy, no? Externally, I have given up. See, diabetic patient. Externally, I have given some sweets, but mind is always thinking, oh, that sweet is good. I see that. And if there is nobody, I can just swallow one. Because it is here within. So, it is the parityajya means understanding its futility, understanding its impermanence. So, sarvang, to be everything should be rejected by analysis, this jnana path of knowledge. Mai bhakti parayana, devotion. Oh Lord, please help me. I am trying, I cannot do this. This is my failure. Give me a strength. All this bhakti, devotion. So two things, jnana path, bhakti path. Sadhayet ekochittani. You have to focus your practice. Focus means concentration. Concentration means dhyana, meditation. So mix your life. That see how harmonious development will happen. Sadhayet ekochittani, and then don't be tired. I did it today. Tomorrow I have done so much, let me take vacation for 10 days in spiritual life. Some people take vacation for years, and after years come back, oh, I forgot the mantra. That means, no, it is puna sadhana. Again and again, again and again, again and again, again and again. I may not be successful, but should do that again and again and again. Vidhayo karma niskamam. Next, karma yoga. Vidhayo niskamam karma. Performing selfless action, work. How? You are to work, but how will you work? Mat priti labha manasa. Your all actions you are doing, performing. Why? To please me, the Lord. So whatever action, you think you are not pleasing anybody in the world. Every action is for God, for God, for God I am doing. So it is karma yoga. See, Ramakrishna mission ideal is jnana, karma, bhakti, yoga. Bhagavan Krishna is giving this instruction in verse 25 and 26. Take this 4 yuga. That is your sadhana. He could have said only do bhakti to me. That's why it's called this. Ramakrishna is the synthesizer and Krishna was the synthesizer. But it is hidden in such a way, people don't look at that time. You go to the Hare Krishna explanation of the Bhagavad Gita, it will be totally different because they take only one aspect. But this is also there in the Bhagavad Gita. Not I'm saying that it is we are reading Shanti Gita, but in Bhagavad Gita we can find out such a slokas where we find that they are asking to develop simultaneously 4 aspects of life. Jnana, Karma, Yoga, Bhakti. Jnana, Karma, Yoga, Bhakti. Knowledge is the analysis of real and unreal. Jnana, Karma, selfless work. It is for the purification of the heart, for pleasing the Lord. That karma I am doing. So, Jnana, Karma, Yoga. Meditate, concentrate your mind and focus in God. Not pranayama, not breathing, how much is the breath, my flow is going on this far. You are concentrating, but concentrating on what? I don't want to concentrate my time on this, my breath is going this side and that side. Why not think of God, love, who is full of bliss and consciousness? No? That's the dhanam, path of dhanam. Jnana, karma, and bhakti, devotion. So practice, bring all this together and then chitta suddhim avapate. By that process only your chitta will be shuddha. So it's very concrete suggestion in these 2 verses has been given. 4 paths. One is the sarvang parityajya, all you renounce. How shall you renounce? I am a fool. I shall renounce. Why? No, because you renounce means it is not permanent. You will not get permanent happiness. Therefore it is impermanent, that's why you just reject. Don't be a fool to reject the essential. It's a non-essential, that's why I am rejecting. But that needs long time analysis. Jnanapath. Now, Mai Bhakti Parayana, devotion to me, love me, cry to me, pray to me with tearful eyes, your failures, your success, tell me, and then grow in devotion. 3rd, sadhana ekochittani, by concentrating on your mind, focusing on one idea of God, again and again practice. Yesterday you do meditation, nothing happened, do it today. Today you do, nothing happened, do in the evening. Again evening, nothing happened, do it in the night. Punah. Relentless practice. Sadhanani punah. And vidhaya, 24 hours of your life, you are doing karma. In your office, in your home, in your cooking, in your cleaning, in your interaction with, you are doing what? But for whom you are doing? You get exhausted because you think that you are doing for this man to please this guy and please that man. And no, every action is only pleasing God. So, mat priti labho mahanasa, for my pleasure, for my grace, to receive my grace. No? And moi, if you can do moi kritva arpanang sarvam, if in this way you offer everything to me, then your mind will be clean and pure. Sarvo chitta suddhi avapate. You will attain chitta suddhi. So it says, the 2 verses together, its translation will be like this. Purity of mind is obtained if one offers everything unto me and does spiritual practice again and again with a one-pointed mind, renounces everything, performs work without a craving for results, wishes my pleasure and remains devoted to me alone. This is a good guidance, no? So we end here today. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. Tomorrow is my Balavan. So those who are online and those who are here, please bring more people, otherwise the Swami will think that no one is here to listen to him. And he's coming from our headquarters, Belur Math, Swami, my Assistant General Secretary, coming tomorrow. So we invite all of you to be attending in the 7:30 class tomorrow. And what is the topic?
Sri Ramakrishna's Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna.
No. His topic is different. Anyhow, that is announced in the bulletin or in the website, you can find it. So tomorrow, please come join us. Swami Balabhadrananda Maharaj is coming from India. He is the Assistant General Secretary of our Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, our headquarters. So he will be speaking spirituality practiced in the Ramakrishna order. That means more talking about practical Vedanta, what actually doing and how much activity is going on. And doing all this work, people are becoming free, spiritually free from bondage. So please come and tell others also to come, your friends. Okay, now we'll have some 2 questions has come are here. One is, many times doubts come on spiritual path. What to do, how to proceed, etc. How to address this when Guru is no longer in the physical form to ask questions? Very good question. Yeah, the doubts will remain. Doubts will remain until we have God vision. Upanishad says, Tasmin drishte paravare vidyante hridaya granthi chiddante sarva samsayaha. Tasmin drishte paravare. If you see, experience that supreme truth, then only your doubt will permanently go. Before that, because it is through the mind and body and intellect, they cannot perceive it, doubt will remain. But it will be clearer and clearer and clearer. So doubts is a coming, that is a natural thing in spiritual path. But what to do? What to do? Follow your Guru's instruction. This instruction is not for one day's journey, it is lifelong journey. And how to address when Guru is no longer in the physical form. Guru is no longer, there are many sadhus who can give you, help you. Whom you have trust, go to that sadhu. No, everyone does not click with everyone. If you feel that your questions will be solved with someone, just ask that question if you have faith that he has advanced in spiritual life. Or you pray to God. God is eternal Guru. When your physical Guru is not there, then you pray to God, "Oh Lord, you are my Guru, you are seated in my heart, what shall I do? This is my confusion." A simple thing. Spirituality is very simple, we make it too much complicated. My Guru is gone, or a Guru is a man. If Guru is a man, then why you have taken mantra from that person? Guru is one with God. Even in your meditation time, Guru teaches you that you merge your Guru into your Ishta. So Guru is God only. Don't see the physical person, he will die. This physical person is not to be looked upon, but we respect the physical personality also, because through that physical personality I got the message. But people forget the message and hold on to the physical part. Ramakrishna's example. That there was somebody wrote that bring this item, this item, this item. And the letter which has been posted, that was misplaced. And everyone is searching what is the item to be sent and that letter, where is the letter? After you find the letter, then what you see? These are the items to be purchased. Just go and purchase with what is the value of the letter anymore. This message came through the Guru for our information, how to move, how to meditate, how to what mantra and everything. But given everything, it is now you to do work on that. And if you have any doubt, yes, there are holy people in the world. And they call, sometimes in new terminology, they call Upa-Guru. Guru, who has given you mantra. Upa-Guru means they are those who can also help you in your spiritual journey, like your Guru. But you have to understand who will be your guide. You have to decide whom you like more, or whose teachings resonate in your heart more. But mainly, furthermore, God is our Guru, so just call upon Him and tell, this is my doubt, please remove my doubt. Another question, should we seek God and liberation with great urgency? Like we have a hot coal on our head, charcoal, hot coal, be more easy on ourselves. It is a little confusing, the proper attitude to have. It is not the proper confusing. Whenever we want something, we become mad for that. The children, they want some toy. See how they do. They say, Mom, give me. Then Mom says, no. Then they start fighting, throwing the hands, and then if it does not have work, then falling down in the ground and crying and weeping and rolling. No. That means mother understands he really needs this. So God also understands how much superficially we are talking and how much really we want it. So, should we seek God and liberation with great urgency? Of course, if you feel it is urgent. If you don't feel urgent, other things are urgent. Do that. We are doing whole life urgent work. Every day is urgent, no? Get up one morning, do this, do that, run. Huh? We are doing that. But if you think God is urgent, tell I am doing for God. We are doing work minus God. That's the major problem, is that we all are doing work. But we don't bring God into our heart. Don't bring God into our life. That's why work is so boring, so tiring, so painful, so much to avoid. Because it is work. Work is friction. But you love God, friction goes away, work moves smoothly. One can slave for one whom one loves. And if you don't like that person, he wants a glass of water, it will be torture upon you. Stupid man is again asking me a glass of water. That's all the thing. So what we love, we can work hard day and night. No question. The object of love is the question. But our object should be God. And if we do it for God, it's instant benefit. You feel satisfied at the end of the day. When you are doing, you can feel joy. I am doing for God, not for anyone. No name, no fame, no praise, no blame. Let them be. I am not connected with that. So how freedom comes in our life. We become slave. We work and become slave. But it is a freedom. You work, but you work for proper attitude. That's true. It is human. If you love God, you will do work more for Him. You will not compare why He is doing less and I am doing more. That's a calculative buddhi. And now in the worldly affair, look at that. Someone loves his baby, say in poor countries. Their children has nothing, no food or anything. Mom and dad, they are working out. Maybe mom is going to do some menial job in others' home, no? And she gets a little food. She does not eat. She is hungry. But she brings it for the children. She loves the children. For their children, they slaves. And that slavery is a joy, because I did it for my children. No? So if we love God, it will be the same thing. But it is to be practiced. We are not in a state that our mind will immediately accept it. That's why we call sadhana. We learned 4 ways whole day to keep our mind in these practices. Oh, here is another. When I started puja and unfold the petals and decorated Thakur, I used to get so much deeply that I immediately would begin mantra japa very often. Good, it's good. You can think that, a very good idea that when you started the puja and unfolding the petals of the and flower, and you are thinking your heart petal is opening up. Good idea. Any idea which can take us to God, practice that, hold on to that. Okay? So we end here. Anything more? No. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.